everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then hi, my name is Caitlin. Welcome, and today this is the big one. This is the one that I have been waiting for. This is my blush ranking. So we have 21 blush products to talk about. If I have a product such as this, it obviously has 4 blushes. I'm going to rank it as one product. So we have more than 21 blushes in my collection, but it's just 21 slots. I hope that makes some sort of sense. Unlike my bronzer and my highlight rankings, I have filmed both of those on different days. I found myself with my bronzers and my highlights halfway through the list. I was like, yeah, this is alright. It's in my collection. I use it. This is hard. Blush was so hard because I genuinely love all of these. I don't necessarily love all my bronzers or love all my highlighters. I love all of my blushes, so this was tough. But just before we jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because I'm doing Vlogmas this year. I am uploading every single day from December 1st to December 31st, and I'm about halfway through when you're watching this, which is insanity. Oh my god, we're doing it. So definitely stick around. I do so many project pans, shop my stashes, and bright, fun, colourful makeup. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. All right, let's get into it. We've got a lot. We've got a lot of stuff. Okay, starting off at number 21, like even this is the last place on the list, but I'm actually wearing this blush today. And as I put it on my face, I was like, how is this last? This is still beautiful. Like you can see, so stunning. This is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, and this is the blush that we're talking about. It is the shade Majesty of Chocolate. Oh no, Mastery. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. This is a very cool toned blush, which I'm not necessarily used to. It's got like an oranginess to it. Like a yellowy orange sheen, which again, I'm not necessarily used to. I'm used to very peachy, warm-toned blushes, so I think that's why this has thrown me off a little bit. It is much more mauvey toned, a lot cooler, and yeah, that definitely throws me off because I don't want this to make me look dead, which I don't think it does. I think it is beautiful, but again, I think this is just in the last place because it's not something I would choose to reach for over other things, but it is still beautiful. It gives my skin a lot of life, a lot of glow. Like, it sucks that I have to place that so low, but I just have so much that I absolutely adore. It's so sad. Next is SheGlam Seduction. This again is a very, very cool toned shade. There are going to be quite a few cool toned blushes like further down the list. This is what that one looks like. It is matte, so the other one was more shimmery, and I do like a matte blush, but I also like a blush topper. That's the thing, because I have very acne prone skin, so if I only had shimmer blushes, then it would emphasize my texture on my bad skin days. With a matte, I don't have to worry about that, so that's kind of an added bonus. I do like how this is ombre. Obviously I've swatched my big fat finger in it, so it's a little bit messy, but I do like how it's ombre. The price is right. I do not support Shein or SheGlam in any way anymore, just because of everything that's come out about their workforce, how they treat their staff, all that kind of thing. I try not to buy from Shein or SheGlam anymore, but I do like it. But again, a little bit cool toned, not my preferred shade, I guess. Next is Milani Sunset Passion. Now again, slightly cool toned. This has like a sheen to it. You can see these shades are very, very similar. This has a sheen to it. It is a little bit more red, which I do like, but to be honest, I've not had the chance to play with this too much. I am working on one blush to finish in a project, and I've been working on that all year. So some of these have been neglected, sadly, in my collection, which is sad. Yeah, this isn't something that I want to reach for. I've probably only used it on my cheeks a few times, and that's probably why it is ranking low. I don't really know it, but I don't have the urge and the like want to reach for it. But it is definitely more warm tone than the other two, which again is my preference. Next is the only cream that I kept in my declutter series. This is Daiquiri Dip from Fenty. This is like a bright red. So I obviously reach for this a lot more in the summer. I find winter, it's a little bit too harsh. I do have this currently in a Project 10 Uses, and I am struggling to use it. A, because it's a cream, and if you've been on my channel before, you will know creams aren't my thing. I don't get the hype for cream products. I would rather use a powder any day. I like setting my face, and then by the time I've set my face, I'm like, I had creams to use. So yeah, it just annoys me a little bit, but I like the shade. It's a lot. I have to do like quite a neutral eye look. I don't have to, there are no rules, but I prefer to do a more neutral eye look with this blush, and as you can probably see, I love doing dramatic eye looks. So yeah, this is where this kind of goes, but I do love the colour. Like, it's a stunner. Next is my Huda Summer Solstice palette. Again, this, even though it has 3 blushes in here, technically I am counting it as 1. This is a Franken blush that I made out of my Soph X Revolution palette. I love this blush. This blush is like so beautiful. If it was just this blush that I was ranking, I would rank this very, very high in the list, but it's the other two that kind of bring this palette down. So this is the palette swatched the 3 shades. So on its own, this middle shade is a little bit too icy for me to be a blush, but it is kind of too dark for me to wear as a highlight, and I don't particularly like pink highlights anyway. You will see in tomorrow's video. A lot of my kind of lower on the list are pinky tones. I don't particularly like it, but mixed with my Franken, these two mixed together, beautiful. Love, 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 love. Again, if it was just these two Franken together, it would be very high on the list. This guy, Mykonos, this would be a beautiful blush, not for me. For someone with a deeper skin tone, this would be stunning. It's like a purple with like an orangey yellow like kind of flip to it. So stunning. For me, too much. Way too much. Purple on my skin, I have very yellow toned skin, so purple really clashes with it. Even though it does have like a bit of a yellow flip in it, it just clashes my skin. It makes me look very, like, it's unnatural on my skin. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's very unnatural on my skin, so I don't reach for this one. I've tried mixing it with lots of different things, and I'm not a fan of it. But these two make the palette. This is why it is, this is why it's here. I couldn't place it any higher up just because on their own, these two shades don't work for me too much. But yeah, these two mixed together, gorge. This one lets it down. Next, we all know her. What a throwback, Milani Luminoso. This, it is a classic. However, I like more of a blush than this. It is beautiful though. It is so stunning. Like, I love wearing it still. It is beautiful. But the reason it's not higher on the list, I like more of a blush. For an everyday, for like going to uni, for like a very one and done eye look, so beautiful. So beautiful. It's like got a slight sheen to it, but it's not shimmery. It is stunning, and I get why this was a cult classic for years. It still is. I prefer something a little bit more, but I still love it. I still love this so much. I'm gonna say that so much in this video. I love all my blushes. I did do a big cheek declutter. I also did a base declutter and an eye declutter, but I'll link the cheek declutter in the cards. I got rid of a lot of blush, which I just wasn't loving. I tried to keep only things that I really genuinely enjoyed, and this is why this video is so hard for me. Okay, next we have Colourpop Flirt Alert. This, when I bought it, I thought it was going to be a lot more warm toned. This is very cool toned. You can see it just here. Now, I know I said I love more warm toned blushes, but I think the reason this ranks as high as it does, just look at it. It is so cute. It is like the presentation. Like, I was talking to a friend only yesterday and I was explaining like makeup is an experience. It's not just powder, and a lot of brands market all of their products as experiences. This is such a beautiful experience. Like, it's just gorgeous. Yes, the product, like if the product was in like this packaging, it would have ranked lower, but just the experience, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. And I mean, the shade is nice as well. I do like the shade. It's not that I don't like the shade. I just need to be in a specific mood to reach for very cool toned blushes. But I still love it. I still love it. Next, this is very different. This is beautiful. This is the Makeup Obsession Sweet Like a Peach. This was raved about quite a while ago. I want to say last year. And I bought it, and these colours, I want to swatch this one. They're so pigmented. They are very small. That's something I will say. They are very, very small. Look at that. Look at that colour block. It is like pure orange. It is stunning. It is so stunning. And like mixed with, if you don't want a true orange, mix it with this lighter one, or mix these two together, or these two. They are beautiful. The one dud is this shimmer shade. Like, it's not, I'll swatch it here. Like, you can't really see it on the skin. Yeah, this shade is definitely a dud for me. I'm not loving it, but the rest of this palette, stunning. I love it. It is my life. It is my baby. Yes, the pans are a little bit small, but like, how often do you go through a blush? Never. And just this shade. Oh, I love it. Next is Red Hot from Lottie London. Again, this is a very summer shade. I guess I'm in a summer mood with my top today. It is actually freezing, so yeah. This is Red Hot. It is beautiful. It is so stunning. I love these true sunburnt kind of looks. My swatches are slowly starting to divert, but I love these like red toned, beautiful, warm blushes. I think they just bring my skin alive. They are stunning, and like the little ombre, obviously I've, swirled it around a bit, but the ombre is beautiful. It is so inexpensive. It is so pigmented. I adore this. The colour is perfect. It is just gorgeous. I wish I could rank this higher. I'm going to say that so much. I'm going to feel that so much in my soul. I wish I could rank all of these higher, but like, I can't. Next is my I Heart Revolution Rose Fizz Glow. This shade I really don't like. We're going to ignore this shade. We're talking about this. This, I've almost hit pan on it first of all, which, okay, so you can see this shade is very similar to Red Hot, which we last talked about, but it's got a bit of a sheen to it, and it's not a shimmer, which I love. It's a sheen. It doesn't emphasize my texture too much. Obviously, everything with a slight sheen will emphasize some texture, but it's just perfect for me. This is the kind of blush I love. Obviously not the other one. The other one is just... The other one... I'm going to swatch it here. It's a yellow with a pink shift, but it's got like a yellow base to it, which makes me look a little bit ill. So I don't like that one. Just the other one. It is... so nice. It is so nice. So shimmery, like sheeny, healthy, like a healthy glow, a true healthy glow, and it's so inexpensive. I really do love that one. Next we have another classic. This is MAC Peaches. I haven't used this too much, I have to admit. It is very similar to a blush that I'm trying to finish. That is what it looks like. It is very everyday. It is very neutral. It's not too much. It's matte. It's very soft. It is so stunning. But I don't know, like I can't say anything bad, but if I were to like properly nitpick, it would be it's not special. I got this for like £3 because I had a bunch of glossy box points on Look Fantastic when I used to get glossy box. I don't do it anymore. I wouldn't recommend. But I got this for £3. I had to try the hype of MAC blushes. Unfortunately, this is not cruelty free, which is very frustrating, but it is beautiful. If I want an everyday kind of thing, I think this is why Luminoso ranked so low. If I do want an everyday, it would be more this kind of thing. I love it. Peach blushes, oh, stunning. They are a gift from God. And I'm an atheist. Next is another little Lottie London blush, and I think I got this in Glossy Box. This is the shade Haze. This is slightly lighter than Red Hot. This is what this one looks like. You can see it is slightly lighter. Which one is Red Hot? I think it was this one. So yeah, you can see it's slightly lighter. It is more everyday. I am able to reach for it a lot more because it goes with just so much more. And I love that you only get 2.5 grams in here because it's not too overpowering. Like huge blushes take over a year to finish and it is crazy. I think I could finish this, I don't know, 9 months, maybe 10. That would be like, it's great. It has the little ombre. It is really inexpensive. It's pigmented. It is beautiful. I really recommend these Lottie London ombre blushes. If you can find them, get them. They are so good. Next, we have another palette. This is my LA Splash Moonlight Glow palette, and we're talking about these two blushes. Now, this is the best of both worlds for me because I love, as you can see, I love these really bright, almost red-based blushes, which is what Midnight Rose is, but I also love these peachy matte shades, which is what Blushing Luna is. I've swatched them side by side here. This, it's just the best of both worlds. It's got both of my blush preferences in there, and I adore this. It's so pigmented. It's so blendable, so beautiful, makes your skin look just healthy. But it's these two that, yeah. I spoke about these two in my bronzer and my highlight ranking. My bronzer ranking was yesterday, my highlight ranking is tomorrow. So you will see this, like I keep this palette for the blushes. Beautiful, stunning, pigmented, gorgeous. I'm gonna have to start swatching here now. Okay, I've spoken in depth about this next one in both of my bronzer and highlight rankings. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Italian Summer Face Palette. I've said, and I will say in my highlight ranking, this highlighter personally offends me. It's terrible, awful, not worth the money. But these two, the bronzer and the blush, gorgeous. I've actually got a bit of a dip in the blush. I don't know if, yeah, you can kind of see there. This is like a true peach. It is more pinky, I feel, but it is very different to everything that I have. It's still a very everyday shade. It's got the slightest bit of shimmer in it. Nothing that will like be like, oh, that's like a shimmer blush. It's like a healthy sheen of a blush. This is ABH done right without this. This can die in a ditch. I don't like this at all. But the bronzer and the blush, beautiful. Love. Love, 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 love. Next is my NARS Exposed Cheek Palette. I do love this. I've started kind of playing around with this a lot more recently. I lusted after this for years and I finally got my hand on it. This, I had a little bit of a learning curve with these blushes because they are cream to powder. So they take a bit of building up. They're not going to swatch the best. These are the 3 shades. I hope you can see the difference in the shades. But to be honest, it's this shade. Sometimes I mix it with the middle shade, but this peach shade is perfect for my skin. You can see it is like the perfect neutral, everyday, not over the top blush. If I want something a little bit more dramatic, I will mix it in with this middle shade. It's just beautiful. It's creamy. It is pigmented. It is like I had I did have a learning curve with this. I was very disappointed when I first got this palette because I was like, where the hell is the pigment? You have to use a dense brush with these guys, otherwise they won't pick up, they won't be pigmented. But I think I'm like the last person on the planet to actually learn that, because this palette came out quite a while ago. But like, even as I said, going back to the experience of makeup, this is an experience. Like, just this packaging, stunning. The embossing on the blushes and the bronzers and the highlight, beautiful. This has a special place in my heart. I do love that palette. Next is a very, very, very affordable blush palette, which I love it. This is my Technic blush palette. This is the warm edition. These are so good. I used this shade in my Shop My Stash this month. I will link it up in the cards if you wanted to see the look that I made and me shopping my stash. I do those every single month, but I used this shade. It is the perfect... okay. It is the perfect kind of sunburnt look. If you don't like that, there's two very neutral shades which are beautiful. This hot pink I don't use, but they are all so pigmented. Like, it's very easy to go overboard with this. Like, you can see how pigmented they are. That was just from the tiniest little dip of my finger. They are very pigmented, but you just tap your brush in. It's beautiful. It lasts all day. It's stunning. I always love my blush when I use this. I just think this is one of the best blush palettes of the drugstore. I hope it's still around. I hope you can still get it. Look on Amazon. It'll probably be on Amazon. I can't say a bad word about this. Next, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know this. This is the blush that I'm trying to finish this year. This is BeautyBay Peachy. It's even hard to swatch it because I'm gonna have to go around. This has got a lot of love from me this year, and it is my perfect blush shade. I would buy this again and again and again and again. If I was one of those people that only had like 1 or 2 blushes in my collection, I would repurchase this. It is beautiful. It is matte, it is peach, but like the perfect peach. It's not too yellow, it's not too pink, it is just the perfect in the middle shade. And with my skin tone and with my undertones, I feel like peach is just perfect for me. It is so flattering, so beautiful. This does require the slightest bit of building up, but I mean, I'm trying to finish it, so the more that I use it, the better. I don't see that as a bad thing, but this has lasted me, like, I've used this pretty much every single day this year, and it's still going. It is still kicking. It is such a good value for money. It is very inexpensive. I think they're amazing. Next is my Carrez Bronze and Glow palette. We are almost at the end, guys. This has been a long one. This is what I am talking about today. This is everything that NARS Orgasm claims to be. I haven't tried that blush, but if you are looking for one, this is so beautiful. It's got slight shimmer to it. It has a kind of goldy yellow shimmer. It is very pink, so I do have to be in the mood for it, but when I am in the mood for it, this is everything and more. This shade, it's like a healthy, I know I've used that word so much, but I really feel that blush gives you that healthy look to your skin, and this really gives you that. I can get away with it with my yellow undertones. It's not too much. It's perfect. It is so beautiful. Oh, it's blendable, it's creamy, it's pigmented. I don't know what else to say about these blushes. Blendable, pigmented, healthy, creamy, like they are all just stunning. Next, this is number 3, and this is just fun. This is just beautiful. This is my Fenty duo in Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. This is what mine looks like. I like mixing them both together. So that's how I'm gonna swatch it. So with them mixed together, this is what it looks like. It is a very similar shade to Peachy, which is up here, a little bit darker maybe, but it has that healthy glow to it. And when I'm having a good skin day, I love a healthy glow, and this is just fun. This gives you fun colors. Like, I can wear these two on their own. I can like add like 60-40 or 50-50. Like, it's just fun. I I have fun using this product. And again, I did lust after this for a very long time. I was fully prepared to pay full price for it, and then I saw it in TK Maxx and I was like, the stars have aligned. I'm getting it, and I've just loved it. I really have loved it. It is beautiful. I can't say anything else about it. Next at number 2, I'm pretty sure this was last year's number 1. This is my Kiko Milano Unexpected Paradise blush. Smells gorgeous. It smells of like a nice sun cream. This has like a bricky redness to it. This is what it looks like. It's a slightly lighter version of the last blush, the Fenty one mixed together, but it's more matte. It does have a slight sheen to it. Again, a sheen, not a shimmer. It's got more of that like terracotta browniness to it, which I don't feel like my other blushes have. It's so gorgeous, and the packaging, like, Kiko does things right. The embossing is stunning. The smell is amazing. Whenever you use a Kiko product, it is an experience. Going back to that makeup is an experience kind of thing. It genuinely is with Kiko. You feel luxurious, you feel cute, you feel like it's not been thrown in a pan like MAC, for example. MAC is obviously a makeup artist brand, so it has to be kind of professional, but like, I would rather have this packaging than just a very boring, basic thing. But yeah, this is gorgeous. I need to reach for this more. And then finally at number 1, can you guess what this is? This is my Zoeva Spice of Life palette, and it is this blush here. This highlight, feed it to the dogs. I hate it. Like, genuinely, I hate this highlighter. But this blush, oh. All these 3, like 1, 2, and 3 look very, very similar. But this, it's more orange than the last Kiko one. The last Kiko one has a little bit of like a dullness to it, but in a nice way. It's like a nice dull. This is a lot more bright. This is more orange than pink, even though there is a slight pink to it. It's just perfect. It's got a slight sheen to it. I can't get enough of this blush. It is so beautiful. It's got like pink shimmers to it almost. I love this so much. I'm so glad it's number 1. I wish that I could get more use out of my whole blush collection, because as I said, I have been working so hard on that BeautyBay blush all year. I'm scared I'm gonna get blush on my white top. But this blush, it has my heart. That's all I can say. Okay, so that is all of my blushes swatched and ranked. This was a long video. We had some technical difficulties along the way. Hopefully you didn't notice. But yeah, I got a little bit stressed. But yeah, this was such a fun video to film. I always fall in love with my products after I've just like swatched them and spoken about them for a little bit. I'm so inspired to reach for all of these beautiful shades. And yeah, I'm going to be wearing a lot of blush for the next few days. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely like and subscribe, because it would mean the world to me. As I said, I'm doing Vlogmas, so I'm uploading every single day until New Year's Eve, which we will do a fun get ready with me bright party look. I can't wait. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video, which is my highlight ranking, so stick around. Bye! Oh my god, look at my fingers.